under Article 5 to 11 Part 2. So let's start the lesson, and in the previous video we have discussed about Article 1 to 4 Part 1, where we have discussed about what do you mean by territory of India, and also we tried to understand how the states have evolved in India. We have discussed it in the previous video, and this video is the next part, Part 2. As you all knew that Indian Constitution comprises 22 parts, and this lesson is about, again I repeat, Part 2, Article 5 to 11, Article 5 to 11, Part 2, called as Citizenship. So let's start the lesson. So for those who attended, you are attending the class for today, or those who started off attending the class from today, this is my profile. I do have total 12 years of work experience, and 11 years I'm into UPSC training, and also I gave my group an interview in 2013. I gave my UPSC in 2011 and 13, and as well as 14 also. I'm a triple postgraduate, and I did my LLB and post-graduation diploma in international humanitarian law from Nalsar, Hyderabad. And I need to give my CS executive exams next month. And also I'm an NCC certificate holder, and I do write current affairs for Sakshi Education website as well. So this is enough. So let's start the lesson. So we are going to discuss about citizenship, Article 5 to 11, and you have to understand that this lesson would be majorly like you all knew that in 1947 when we got independence, there was a partition of there was a partition between the two nations, that is India and Pakistan, and the British government has announced that people can live in wherever they want. So some people migrated from Pakistan to India, and some of them shifted from they moved from India to Pakistan. So there was a cross movement of people from Pakistan to India and India to Pakistan and other areas. So what is that? How we are going to handle who you will call as citizens, who will you not call as citizens? This is what is this lesson about. So let's start the lesson. So the major, you have to understand that the major purpose of Constitution is to conduct the governance. The major purpose of Constitution is to run governance, which actually is a connection between the country and as well as people. About country, we discussed it about country. It is all about India and the territory of India, which we learned under Article 1 to 4, Part 1. This is what we have covered. Now you have to know what do you mean by people, who are called as people. Remember, in preamble, we all knew that in preamble it is written as we the people of India. So you have to know what do you mean by this people of India, who all will be called as the people of India. This is what you have to learn under this. So this topic we are going to cover, who are called as people of India, what all people of India comprises, how are they classified. This is what we will learn under this lesson, that is Article 5 to 11, Part 2, under the chapter called as Citizenship. Right? So this is where we will learn. Now you have to understand, you have to understand that any state usually will have four organs. Will have four organs. One is people, territory. One is people, second one is territory, third one is government, and the fourth one is sovereignty. Sovereignty. Now territory we learned here. People we are going to learn now. Government we will learn in the next lessons, and how India is sovereign we will learn in the coming lessons. This is what we are going to discuss. Now what do you mean by people? What do you mean by people? The people are basically, the major types are citizens who are nothing but the members of the state. Members of the state in the sense members of the country. And second point is they enjoy all rights. They enjoy all rights, including political rights. This is important, including political rights. The citizens are the people who are the members of the state and they enjoy all the rights, including political rights. And the citizens are also called as the first class people. For any country, their citizens are always first class people. Please, we should not fight. We should not, even talk this as inequality and all. Please, for any country, their citizens are always the first class people. Okay, you definitely being the citizen of this country, you will have that privilege. So that privilege is nothing but we are the first class people of this country. Okay, and others are called as second class. Obviously, we know that. And the next category of the people you have is aliens. Not that alien which we have seen in movies and all. Aliens are means the people who are from other countries residing in India. Means we call them as the foreign citizens who are residing in India. Now these aliens are of two types. You have friendly aliens, and the second one is enemy aliens. Means who are those people who are citizens of foreign countries, and those countries which are friendly to us, they are nothing but the foreign aliens. Enemy aliens is like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan. You have North Korea. They all come under the enemy aliens. Okay, so even enemy aliens are also foreign citizens, but they belong to a country which is not having good relationship with India, or not good relationship. The government of India will notify who are all enemy aliens. Okay, we'll have that list as well, right? And the third type of people are subjects. Example, rather than definition, I'll give you an example. Indians were British subjects. Indians were British subjects means a foreign country coming to a foreign land and ruling their people, and those people will be called as subjects of that foreign rule. Indians were called as British subjects in India itself. We were not the citizens of British. We were the subjects for British. Okay. So what you'll write down here is locals who are under foreign rule, and nothing but the subjects. And the next category we have is legal persons. Legal person is not just about an individual, it is about companies also. Companies or corporations which have legal status in India. Now when I say legal status, means these companies, they can sue others and they can be sued as well. Means these companies or corporations, they can file a case in the court, or you can file a case, a case on them, or nothing but can sue and can be sued. And such organizations are called as legal persons. So legal persons is not just about being an individual; it is about a company or a corporation. You can say that MNCs are TikTok India. These kind of all the entities are called as legal persons or legal entities. And the last category of the people are stateless people. Last category is stateless people. Stateless people. When I say stateless people, these people will not have any citizenship of any country. They don't belong to any other country. They don't belong any country. They just hang out here and there in the refugee camps. Those type of people are called as stateless people, in the sense no citizenship. No citizenship of any country. The difference between the aliens and the stateless people are, aliens are having citizenship, but they are living in other country. Stateless people, they don't even have citizenship. They live here and there in other countries, in the refugee camps or immigrants or migrants. Likewise, they take shelter. Those people are called as stateless people. No country would be ready to take them. No country will be ready to give them any recognition. That is called as stateless people. So on a whole, these are the types of people we will have generally. and how you are going to categorize them who are Indians, who are not Indians. That is what is mentioned constitutionally under part, Article 5 to 11, Part 2. Right? I hope you have written this. Let me go for the next slide. Now, we all knew that the Constitution was adopted or came into force from Jan 26th, 1950. So, from the day when Constitution came into force, who are called citizens, okay, and who are not citizens, to decide that we have an act called as Citizenship Act 1955. Please, this is important one. So according to this act only, you will decide who are Indians, who are not Indians. And please understand, this Citizenship Act was amended time to time. Like in 2002, 2004, likewise they have amended continuously. And they have brought the changes because, see, initially some of the people, they migrated from Pakistan to India. Some of them moved from India to Pakistan. Likewise, some of our brothers and sisters, they are staying in US and other countries. And our brothers and sisters, they are continuously staying in other countries, not having any citizenship, not leaving Indian citizenship. Some of our brothers are like NRIs. Some of our brothers are, permanent residents of other countries. Like, how you're going to categorize? What about their kids? Will they be called as Indians or not? This is what the Citizenship Act 1955 will be, deciding. And this Citizenship Act was amended many times in 1957, 1960, 1985, 1986, 1992, and it is also amended in 2003, 2005, and the latest being in 2015. Okay, so whenever they have amended, they came up with a new definition of like who would be called as Indian citizens, who will not be called as Indian citizens, what are the criteria to meet up to become an Indian citizen. This is what they have changed up, right? So you have to understand that we do have an act called as Citizenship Act 1955, which will decide about who will be acquiring citizenship, or what are the various methods, I would say. What will be mentioned in this is the qualifications to be an Indian citizen, qualifications to be Indian citizen, and methods of acquiring citizenship, methods of acquiring citizenship, and how citizenship termination, how citizenship can be terminated. This is what you will learn from this particular act called as Citizenship Act 1955. Okay, and that was changed continuously, it was changing on. So let's see how it is going on, who are all will be called. Now, before getting into that, we have to see what is the difference between the citizens and others. Is, see, how you can call the citizens as first class citizens, how you are going to segregate, what is that privileges we do have extra when compared to others. This is what you have to write down, is rights exclusively given to Indian citizens. Indian citizens, what are the rights given exclusive to Indian citizens? Is Article 15, prohibition of discrimination by state. Prohibition of discrimination by state. Next, Article 16, equal opportunities. Equal opportunities in matters of public employment. In matters of public employment. I'm talking about the exclusively rights given to the Indian citizens. So don't get confused. Next, Article 19, right to freedom, where you have the freedom of speech and expression, freedom to move anywhere in the country. All will be covered under Article 19. Anyways, we'll discuss in fundamental rights. And also Article 20, 9, right to protect own culture. Okay, regarding the fundamental rights, these are the rights exclusively given to Indian citizens. Next, Article 58. Article 58. Qualification for President. Qualification for President. When to become a citizen, to be a President of India, you should be citizen of India. You must be a citizen of India. So the qualifications, it's a mandatory. So a person who is a citizen of India only can be a president. It means obviously it is exclusive to us. Not everyone can become Indian president or Indian prime minister. And Article 66, qualification for vice president. Article 157, qualification for being a governor. Qualification for being a governor. Right? Can I change? And Article 84, contest as, you can contest as, Indian citizens can contest as MP. It's an exclusive right. Okay, not everyone can become MP. And Article 191, right to contest as MLA and MLCs. Member of Legislative Assembly and Member of Legislative Council, Member of Parliament, that it can be either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. And also Article 124, qualifications for Supreme Court judge, to be a Supreme Court judge. Citizenship matters actually. Okay. And Article 217, qualifications for being a High Court judge. Article 233, qualifications for being a district judge. Article 76, qualifications to be an Attorney General of India. Article 165, Advocate General. Advocate General of India. Okay. So for all these positions, mandatory you have to be an Indian citizen. And Article 148, CAG, chairman of, CAG head. And also 315, Article 315, chairman of UPSC, 315 to 324, sorry, 323. UPSC, SPSC, that is State Public Service Commission, Joint Public Service Commission. You have to be an Indian citizen only. And Article 324, Election Commission, the Chief Election Commissioner. The Chief Election Commissioner also mandatory need to be Indian citizen. So all these rights are, all these are exclusive rights given to the Indian citizens only. They are not given to given to the people. So what all we have discussed right from Article 15 to Article 324, these rights are exclusively given to the citizens of India. And regarding the fundamental rights, so Article 15, 16, 19 and 29, they are exclusively given to citizens, and the other fundamental rights are available even to the aliens also. It is not just only for Indians, it is available even for aliens as well. Okay. Now, let's see what are the constitutional provisions to acquire citizenship. I'm just rubbing it off. Okay. So, put the heading constitutional provisions. constitutional provisions to acquire citizenship. Article 5. According to Article 5, a person who is in India, who is called as Indian citizen, a person will be called as Indian citizen based on three conditions. One thing is he should be, born in India. Okay, either of parents to be Indian, and they need to be ordinarily resident of India, for 5 years before Jan 26th, 1950. Means those people who are living in India for 5 years before the commencement of the constitution, that is Jan 26th, 1950, then you will call them as what? Citizen, Indian citizen. Okay, means domicile. Domicile means they do have roots. So Indian citizen, those who are born in India or either of parents are Indians or he is an ordinarily resident, means who is living in India for 5 years before 1950 are called as Indian citizens according to Article 5. Now, according to Article 6, some of the people, they migrated from Pakistan to India. Now, what about these people who are living in India? When can you call them as Indians? This Article 6 is exclusively, it is about the people who migrated to India from Pakistan. Means which Pakistan or who, or what should I say? Who will be called as Indians who migrated from Pakistan? What are the criteria that need to be fulfilled to call them as Indians if they have migrated from Pakistan? Is first and foremost thing is, according to Article 6, if you want to be an Indian citizen, and who it is about the people who have migrated from Pakistan to India, and if they want to be Indian citizen, parents or grandparents need to be born in undivided India. Means those people need to be born, either his parents, the person's parents or grandparents need to be born in India in undivided India. Means they should be born before 1947 itself. They should not be after 1947. This is the first one. And second thing is, if those people, if some of these people, they migrated after or before, after July 1948. Some people, they migrated after July 1948. They can be Indian citizen by registration. They have to register themselves. And this registration, after this registration, they need to be in India completely for 6 months. For example, let's suppose myself, I migrated to India from Pakistan on July 21st, 1948. Or let's suppose August 1st, 1948. So I will be called as Indian citizen only when I go and register myself, and after registration, I have to stay in India continuously for 6 months. Then only I can be called as what? I can be called as Indian citizen. This is one condition. Okay. And the third one. So again I repeat, according to Article 6, Indian citizen, a person can become a Pakistani who migrated to India can be called as Indian citizen if his parents or grandparents are born in undivided India. And also the other condition is, if he migrated before July 1948 also, he will be called as Indian citizen. Either this condition or this condition need to be fulfilled. Either this condition or this condition, if any person is having, he will be called as Indian citizen. But what about those people who migrated after July 1948 is, for them, a registration process will be taken up. They need to stay 6 months continuously after registration, and then only they can become Indian citizens. So don't get confused. Article 5 is about generally who will be called as Indian citizens. Those people who are born in India, either of parents are Indian, and they're ordinarily, they are staying in India, they were residing in India for 5 years before Jan 26th, 1950, or before the commencement of Constitution. If they are living in India, they are deemed to be called as Indians only. Now, what about, so Article 5 is not about people who are migrating from Pakistan. It is about people who are already there in India. Article 6 is about those people who came from Pakistan to India. They can be called as Indian citizen, or they can acquire the Indian citizenship if his parents or her parents or their grandparents are born in the undivided India. And second thing is, they should have migrated from Pakistan to India before July 1948. And for those Pakistan people who migrated to India after July 1948, they still can become Indian citizens, but they have to go for registration. And after the registration, after filling the form and all, after submitting the registration form and all, they have to stay in India for 6 months continuously. Then they can acquire the citizenship. This is about Article 6. So Article 5 and Article 6 are completely different. Article 6 is about people who are migrating from Pakistan to India. Don't get confused. Usually people get confused over here. That's the reason why I'm insisting so many times. And next, Article 7. A person who migrated from Pakistan to India. Again, this is also for people who came from Pakistan into India after March 1st, 1947. Those people who migrated from Pakistan to India after March 1st, 1947, and later, migrated, sorry. Article 7, it is about people who migrated from India to Pakistan. From India, they have gone to Pakistan, and that too after March 1st, 1947. They have again came back to India. They came back to India. Okay. Can also be an Indian citizen. Came back to India, can also be Indian citizen. For this, what is the procedure to become an Indian citizen is, he will fill a registration form. He need to registration, should go for registration, and prior filling this registration 6 months. Let's suppose you are filling the application in the month of December 1948. Okay. See, this is the condition for people who migrated from India to Pakistan. Article 6 is about people migrated from Pakistan to India, and Article 7 is about people migrated from India to Pakistan. They migrated from India to Pakistan after March 1st, 1947. They stayed there for some time. They came back again to India for settlement. Now, those kind of people, will you call them as Indian citizens? Yes, we'll call them as Indian citizens, subject to the conditions. They have to stay 6 months continuously in India, and then they can go for registration. In Article 6, what is the condition? They have to go for registration, and then they have to stay for 6 months. But in Article 7, the scenario is reversed. To fill the application, registration application, first you have to stay continuously in India for 6 months. Then only you have to go for registration. So this is what is the difference. Please don't get confused. Article 6 is about people who are who migrated from Pakistan to India, and Article 7 is about people who migrated from India to Pakistan and again came back to India. Okay. So in Article 6, they have to stay 6 months after the registration. But in Article 7, they have to first stay for 6 months, and then only they can go for registration only. This is what you have to understand. Then they can become the Indian citizen. And Article 8, let's see this. Article 8. Okay, so let's suppose there is a person, okay, called as A. Now this person his parents, okay, his parents and their parents all are born in undivided India, but they are residing outside India. Means the geographical term of India, outside India, they are residing, shall become only Indian citizen if they have been registered. Again, they have to be registered through diplomacy or through diplomatic representative. Okay, this provision is actually, it means that when I say outside India, it means that it is for overseas citizens or overseas Indians. For example, uh, see, there are some Indians who were taken by the British as workers, plantation workers to other islands. Okay, other island countries. So those people, they are, as of now, they are living in that particular country. We'll take Polynesia. We'll take Polynesia. There are a group of countries called as Polynesia. In this in this Polynesia, some of the Indian people whose parents were from India, they are staying over there. They are the citizens of that country only, but they have their family roots with India. Okay, the family roots, their grandparents, great grandparents, everyone were born in undivided India. Now those people also can be made Indians, but they need to register through the embassy, the Indian embassy. Then only we will give them citizenship. Now, who are those people who are living outside India but they don't have any citizenship or nothing but overseas Indians? Overseas Indians. So please, you will come across two terms, that is NRIs and overseas citizens, overseas Indians. Okay. What do you mean by NRIs? Is non-resident Indians, means our brothers and sisters who are working in the Western countries who didn't take the citizenship of that country, but they are Indian citizens, but they are living in those countries. For example, if my brother who is living in USA, he is working in USA, he is having Indian citizenship only, but he is residing where? In United States. So he will be called as what? NRI. So NRI means non-resident Indians. They are Indians only. They have Indian citizenship only, but they stay outside the country. You call them as NRIs. OCIs, overseas Indians, means these people, they don't have any Indian citizenship. They have citizenship of other country, but they do have roots to to India. Means their great grandfathers, grandfathers, everyone are having connections to India. Those people also can become Indian citizens. Article 8 is for those people only. So these people, they can also register through the diplomatic representative or the embassy, and they can become the Indian citizen as per Article 8. Okay. So see, Article 5, 6, 7, 8 is only talking about who can become. The process is not mentioned. It is about talking about who can become the citizens. Now we have to, according to the Citizenship Act 1955, we have the process of like how they can become citizens, what is that step by step they need to follow, and how their citizenship will be terminated. Right? We'll see that now. So put the heading acquiring citizenship. How you can acquire citizenship. Okay. The first and foremost is by birth. By birth, just solely, or you also call as by law of soil. Okay. Now, according to this, a person who is born in India, a person who is born in India on or after 26th Jan 1950 to 1st July 1947. Default, default, they are called as what? Indian citizens. Again, I repeat, those people, those people who are born in India on or after 26, means between 26 Jan 1950 to 1st July. I should write over here. 1st July 1987. Default, they will become Indian citizens. Okay, you need not say that whether their parents are, whatever their parents are, that is not at all a question. The parents' nationality is not at all a point. If you are born between this time period, 26 Jan 1950 and 1st July 1987, you are called as Indian citizens default, whatever your parents are. Okay, this is the first one. This is the first one, that is acquiring citizenship by birth. And the next one, the next one, the next process is by descent. By descent, you call as just sanguineous or by blood relation or a blood relation. Okay. Now you should get it down. In the previous scenario, where I told by citizen becoming by birth, we told that people who are born between 26 January 1950 to 1st July 1987, they will become Indian citizens default. Indian citizens default. Now, what about the people who are born after 1st July 1987? All the millennials, what is about their position 1st July 1987? After that, who are all born, how you will consider is at the time. Now, here the condition is either of the parent need to be Indian at the time of birth, his or her birth. Again, I repeat, under the first process by birth, I'm not discussing this, please, I'm talking about this only. By birth, under the provision of by birth, people who are born between 26 Jan 1950 and 1st July 1987, they will become Indian citizens default irrespective of their parents' nationality. Now, what about the people who are born after 1st July 1987? Yes, they can still become Indian citizens if either of the parent, either it can be mom or dad, any one of them need to be Indian at the time of the birth. Okay. And what about the people who are born after, now see you have, now what about the people who are born after, 3rd December 2004 is they also will become Indian citizens. They also will become Indian citizens if the condition here is both parents need to be Indian. Both parents are citizens or one parent is citizen and either of them are not illegal immigrants. Don't get confused. By birth, who will become Indian citizens is those people, again I repeat, 26 Jan to 950 to 1st July 1987, they become the default citizens. You have to check your date of birth and you have to identify yourself, where are you standing. Okay. So, those people who are born between 26 Jan 1950 to 1st July 1987, that they become citizens default. Those who are born after 1st July 1987, yes, they will be still called as Indian citizens, and either of the parents, see the clause, either of the parent, either mother or father, they need to be Indian citizens. That's it. Both need not be Indian citizens. But for those people who are born after 3rd December 2004, our brothers and sisters, their kids who are born after 3rd December 2004, when they can become Indian citizens is when both the parents need to be citizen or one parent need to be citizen, But the condition is either of them should not be an illegal immigrant. Okay, they should not be definitely an illegal immigrant. Means one parent, if they are citizen also, it is okay. But the point is they should not be an illegal immigrant from other countries, like how we have from from Bangladesh, Rohingya. The people who are migrating from other countries to India, they should not be of that. Okay, if they are of that kind, that is the reason now the issues are coming in. Why people are worried and scared is because all these issues will pop up now. Which parent is a legal migrant? How they came, what were their roots, from which country they are all. This question now comes in. This is where it is going to affect. So for the people born after 3rd December 2004, they can be Indian citizen if both the parents are Indian citizens, and one of them should be and the other is definitely one of them should be a citizen, and other definitely should not be an illegal immigrant. Okay, and please, here you have to mention a point over there. I will write it over here. Let's strike off this. Anyways, I'll explain anyhow. The important point is kids of the foreign diplomats, who are posted in India, and the other point is enemy aliens. Pakka. Friendly alien, at least they can become Indian citizens. But enemy aliens definitely cannot acquire citizenship. Please remember this. See, the foreign diplomats, we have embassies, right? We have foreign country ambassadors living in India. Now their kids will be there. Their kids will be born in India only. Since the kid is born in India, he cannot become an Indian. So please understand, the kids of the foreign diplomats and those foreign diplomats who are in India for job posting in India, they will not acquire the citizenship. First thing, even though they are born in India. And second thing is the enemy aliens can never acquire the citizenship. This is what you have to understand. Okay. So methods of acquiring citizenship, the Citizenship Act 1955. According to that, the first one is acquiring citizenship by birth. Under this, we have these clauses. Okay. Now let's go to the second one, the second method, by descent. By descent, you call them as just consanguineous or by blood relation. Okay. And it is about people. Let's suppose a person born outside India between 26th January 1950, born outside India, but between 26th January 1952 to 10th December 1992. See the time period. In the first case, by birth, it was 26th Jan 1950 and 1st July 1987. But people who are born outside India, like to our brothers, uncles and all, they have their kids who are born outside India, no? If they are born between the time period of 26th Jan 1950 and 10th December 1992, they will be called as Indian citizen by descent. Condition is if father, not mother, they are not talking about mother. If father was Indian citizen at the time of its birth. Okay, let's suppose there is a person called as P. Now this P, there is a boy called as P. His father is Q. Now Q works in United States. Okay, now this P, he is born outside India and he is born on 1990. Let's suppose P is born on 1990 outside India only. Not in India, outside India. Now this P will acquire Indian citizenship because his father was Indian citizen at the time of the kid's birth. Means Q is Indian citizen, though he is in United States, he is still Indian citizen. He didn't get American citizenship. He is still Indian at the time of P's birth in 1990. So then automatically P will become what? Indian citizen by descent. By descent, when I say descent, it is it's a blood relation because his father was an Indian at the time of his birth. So obviously the kid also will become the the Indian citizen. If he is born between 26 Jan 1950 to 10th December 1992 outside India. This is the first condition. And those people, what about those people who are born after 10th December 1992? After 10th December 1992, okay, will be considered as Indian citizens. Here, the condition is, please understand, and what is the time period is up to 2004, 3rd December 2004. Okay. So, after 10th December 1992 and 3rd December 2004, if a person is born outside India, he will be also getting Indian citizenship by descent, but the condition is either of the parent need to be Indian citizen at the birth time. Okay, again I repeat. People who are born outside India, if they are born between 26th January 1992 10th December 1992, he will be called as Indian citizen by descent. If the condition is father was Indian citizen at the time of the kid's birth. But what about the people who are born after 10th December 1992 between 3rd December 2004 is they will also be called as Indian citizens. See the difference of the above and below. Here the condition is either mother and father need to be citizen. Father, it's not mandatory that father only need to be Indian citizen. Even if mother is Indian citizen, the boy will or the baby or the girl or the boy who are born within this time period, they will acquire the Indian citizenship. Next. Now, what about the people who are born after 3rd December? This is the first condition. And one, this is the third condition. 3rd December 2004. What about those people? People who are born after December 2004 outside India, yes, they can acquire Indian citizenship subject to the condition they have to apply with Indian consulate within 1 year of the birth. Within 1 year of the birth of the kid, then they will be acquiring Indian citizenship. So again I repeat, people who are born after 3rd December 2004 outside India also can acquire Indian citizenship, but the process is different. The process is different. What is the process is? They need to approach the Indian consulate in that country, fill the application form, and then only you can acquire. But the condition is you have to fill the application form. You need to approach the Indian consulate within 1 year of the birth. You have to go tell them that my son or my daughter is born. So please give them the Indian citizenship book. You have to fill the form and then the proceedings will go. This is what is by the second method, that is by descent. Next, we have the third process. By registration. Okay. When I say registration, here you have to fill an application. Okay. Application. And who can fill this application? Any person. Any. But not illegal migrant. They should not be an illegal migrant. Okay. Right? And in this registration process, what happens is, let's suppose there is a person called as X who is an alien. Obviously, when I say alien, it will be friendly only. We all knew that any aliens will not get citizenship. So X is an alien who married Y, who is an Indian. Now, anyways, Y is Indian. We all knew that. Now, what about X? Can X get the Indian citizenship? Yes, X can get Indian citizenship subject to the condition she or he has to stay minimum 7 years of residence in India after marriage. After marriage, and also the thing is they stay, they need to take oath. They need to take oath after oath on constitution after 5 years. Okay. So we have two things over here is by marrying also you can become, and an alien without any marriage also can become. So this is with marriage. This is without marriage. Okay, not everyone can marry an Indian, right? Not every alien can marry an Indian. Like if the alien is marrying an Indian, the alien can become Indian citizen subject to the condition they have to stay minimum 7 years. They should have 7 years residence in India after marriage. And second thing is a person who is an alien also can become Indian citizen subject to the condition he or she should have been living in India for 5 years continuously, and then they have to apply for application. And if the application is being processed, everything is okay, then they have to take an oath on the constitution. Okay, this is what you have to understand. So by registration you have two conditions, either by marriage or without marriage. Okay, obviously it will be for aliens only, please understand. It would be for aliens only. This cannot be applicable for stateless people. It is not applicable for stateless people. It is not applicable to enemy aliens. It is definitely applicable only to the friendly alien citizens, right? And the next one, the last process of acquiring the citizenship is by naturalization. Okay, so by naturalization, here the condition is the person not to be any other citizen, not to be any other citizen, and not renounced citizenship of other nation. If they fulfill these two, plus they need to know knowledge of, along with this they should have knowledge of at least one language, at least minimum one language. Now you should get a question, which languages which are being recognized by 8th schedule. We know that according to 8th schedule 22 languages are recognized. Out of these 22 languages, if the person is having knowledge of at least one language, okay, at least one language, then they can take what? Then they can take oath on constitution to be Indian citizenship by naturalization. So what is acquiring Indian citizenship by naturalization is the person should not be any other country's citizen, or he should not renounce the citizenship of any other country, and it is not or, it is and, means mandatory. Plus he should have knowledge of one language minimum, and which language is that? Any language have been recognized by 8th schedule, and we all knew that 22 languages are being recognized under 8th schedule, and they have to take oath on the then they have to take a vote on constitution. This is what is by naturalization. Okay, so these are the four provisions, four methods of acquiring citizenship under Citizenship Act 1955. The last segment is termination of citizenship. How to terminate or cancel citizenship. So put the heading termination of citizenship. Termination of citizenship. First one is by renunciation. Renunciation is nothing but voluntarily sacrificing sacrificing the citizenship. Voluntarily sacrificing the citizenship, you call it as by renunciation. Second one, by termination. See, we all knew that, let's suppose there is a person called as X. He became Indian citizen by naturalization. He became Indian citizen by naturalization. Now, such people, such people who got the Indian citizenship by the process of naturalization, if they acquire, along with the Indian citizenship, if they acquire other citizenship, other country citizenship, okay, other country citizenship, their citizenship will be terminated. See, so by termination, it is exclusive for those people who have acquired citizenship by naturalization. So again, I repeat, those people who have acquired who have acquired the citizenship by naturalization, okay, if they voluntarily acquire citizenship of other country, obviously it would be terminated. Okay, next one, third one, by deprivation. Okay, see, by deprivation is they will compulsory terminate without any second thought. They'll compulsory terminate if they identify fraud. Okay, means if they identify that the citizenship is acquired by fraud or unlawfully, if they find the person has unlawfully traded with enemy, means if they get them aligned with enemy, or after naturalization, or acquiring citizenship either by naturalization or registration within 5 years, means a person who got Indian citizenship either by naturalization or registration within 5 years of the date of registration or naturalization, the person is imprisoned. The person is imprisoned or he is in jail. Okay, automatically, and that too for 2 years. And that too for 2 years in any country. In any country, automatically his citizenship will be cancelled. Again, I repeat, the first condition is if they acquire Indian citizenship by fraud, and second condition is if he has unlawfully, intentionally traded or aligned with himself with the enemy, then also his citizenship will compulsorily terminated. Third condition is a person who has acquired citizenship either by naturalization or registration. Let's suppose he acquired registration or naturalization on 2015. December 1st, 2015, he got Indian citizenship by naturalization. So within 5 years, means within 2020, let's suppose in any country he is imprisoned for 2 years. In any country, it can be any country. He got imprisoned for 2 years. They will terminate his citizenship. They will not consider him as Indian citizen. Okay, they'll remove his citizenship. This is one thing. And a person who is out of India for 7 years continuously, who is out of India for 7 years continuously, then also their citizenship will be terminated. That's the reason our brothers and sisters, they'll come. If they don't want to lose the Indian citizenship, and some of the film stars who work outside India, they come to India, they travel from America to India, Los Angeles to India, they do this continuously. They don't stay there over there continuously. Okay, they travel here and there is because they don't want to lose the citizenship. If they are out of India for 7 years continuously, gone. Their citizenship is also gone. So these are the three methods where you have which are being mentioned under the Citizenship Act 1955. And please remember, the Indian Constitution uniqueness is we have single citizenship. Means whatever country whatever state you belong, whatever religion, caste, that doesn't matter. Your passport will have Republic of India. Means you will be whatever, irrespective of your state and all, you will be considered as Indian. So our constitution has borrowed this concept of single citizenship from UK, whereas USA is having double citizenship. So we have copied this feature of single citizenship from UK, not from USA, and that is what we are following. And for all the people of this country, we are giving them single citizenship only. Okay, and overseas citizenship. This is what is the next topic: overseas citizenship, which we will discuss, and also we will see how this overseas citizenship is happening, and PIO, who are PIO, what are the latest developments, which we will discuss in the next class. So as on today, we have discussed about the articles. I'm sorry, the articles 5, 6, 7, 8. We understood what is the process of acquiring citizenship. We also understood how the citizenship can be removed. Right. So these are the things which have been covered under Article 5 to 11, Part 2. Please go to Lakshmikant, just do a revision. You will understand it very easily. Part 1 and Part 2 is more of for information for you to know. You just can't, being preparing for UPSC or any other examination, you can't keep a blank face like when someone asks you a question from Article 1 to 4 or 5 to 11. So you have to know. But for examination point of view, you won't get much questions from this area. Very few. It's very rare of the rare conditions you'll get questions from these areas. But analyzingly, nowadays we see that government of India is trying to connect more with the overseas citizens and people of Indian origin, that is PIO, and they're giving special cards also for those people. They're welcoming the brothers and sisters who are living outside India for so many years, from generations and generations. They're trying to create that cord, that emotional cord between India and the people who left over India, so that we can welcome so much of investments. So the citizenship is a point where it will make you to understand. Like if you have observed wherever Prime Minister Mr. Modi has gone, he tried to connect with the Indians in that area. But they need not be Indian citizens. They might have left India for a very long bit, but still he tried to connect with all of them because he wanted to create that emotional bond, that cord, so that the people will come back to India. They need not come back. At least they'll do investments. They will give, they'll do donations. They'll do investments, which is actually much needed for the country. So in that angle, you will get, but purely in polity way, you will not get. It is more of like how the OCI and PIO are playing a dominant role in the country's development. What is the role of OCIs and PIO, that is overseas citizens, and PIO, that is people of Indian origin? What kind of a role they are playing in the Indian development? Or do you really think their role is needed, or what are the challenges in getting them back to, connecting them back? This is what you have to understand. To understand that level, you have to know all this stuff. That's the reason we have taken up with this topic, Article 5 to 11, Part 2. Please just go for revision and you'll understand it's not so tough. And besides, in the last pages of Lakshmikant, you have some previous questions also. Please go through that. It will really help you out. You'll understand it, right? And those who have any queries or those who have any questions, you can just contact me on my Insta ID, Archana_ambitious. You can ask me for any doubt without any hesitation. No problem. That's all for today. Thank you so much and Jai Hind.